The moment he reacted, he lost. I have seen this many times, more times than I can count. Not later, not slowly, right there, in that one breath. If he had stayed quiet, he would have been safe. Silence would have held the power for him, but he reacted instead. He spoke too fast. He let his feelings show. He let the moment pull him, and when that happened, everything changed. The room felt different. People listened differently. The weight left him. I watched it happen so many times. What was in his hands slipped away, not loudly, not suddenly, just like that. Let me tell you how it usually starts. It never looks dangerous at first. A small thing. Someone talks to him in a sharp tone, not shouting, just enough to feel disrespect. Or someone ignores him, looks at the phone instead of his face, walks past without a word. Or someone says something small, a sentence that sounds normal to others, but it hits him. He feels it inside. His chest tightens a little. His jaw locks. His hands feel warm. He does not plan to react. It just comes. His mind starts talking fast. Why would he say that? Why am I being treated like this? I should answer. This moment is very quiet. No one else notices it, but inside him, it is loud. He wants to clear his name. He wants to be understood. He wants to fix the feeling right now. So he reacts. He explains. He defends. He raises his voice just a little. Not angry, just emotional. And everyone sees it. The other person relaxes. They lean back. They watch him speak. Now he is the one talking more. He is the one proving something. And the moment changes. What started as a small thing now feels heavier, all because of that one reaction. I have seen this in offices, in families, between friends, even between strangers who never meet again. It always looks normal. It always feels justified. And yet, this is the moment where power quietly leaves. Sit closer. This part takes time. People react because the body is fast, much faster than wisdom. When someone disrespects you, your body feels it before your mind understands it. Your heart beats harder, your face feels warm, your thoughts rush forward. This is not weakness, this is human. But here is what most people never learn. The body wants release, not control. Reaction gives release. Silence gives control. When you react, you feel lighter for a moment. You spoke, you answered, you let it out. But that light feeling is borrowed. It costs something later. The other person now knows you are affected. They know their words reached you. They know they can touch you again. So next time, they push a little harder. And the time after that, even harder. Because reaction teaches people how to treat you. Every reaction is a lesson you give them. It says, "This works on me." Calm people do not teach that lesson. They stay still. And stillness confuses people. When there is no reaction, the other person starts feeling exposed. They wonder if they crossed a line. They wonder if they failed. They wonder if they look foolish now. Silence turns the light back on them. Reaction keeps the light on you. That is the difference. I have watched men argue for hours and lose everything they were trying to protect. Not because they were wrong, but because they reacted. Their voice got louder. Their words got faster. Their meaning got weaker. Meanwhile, the quiet man said almost nothing. And when he finally spoke, everyone listened, because silence builds weight. Words spoken too soon have no weight. They fall to the ground. People think calm means slow. It does not. Calm means finished inside. The calm man already decided that his power is not up for trade. Reaction trades power for relief, and relief never lasts. Control does. That is why silence feels uncomfortable at first, because you are holding something valuable. And valuable things are heavy. Most people drop them too soon. The calm person holds on. He lets the moment pass. He lets emotions settle. He lets others reveal themselves. And by doing nothing, he does something most people cannot. He keeps his power where it belongs. Let me end this the way life taught me. Slowly, I have watched strong men lose everything with one reaction. Not because they were wrong, not because they were weak, but because they moved too fast. Power is not loud. It never was. Power does not rush to speak. It does not hurry to explain. Power waits. When a person reacts, they step out of their position. They come down to the noise. And once you come down, you are no longer deciding. You are answering. The quiet person stays where they are. They let others talk. They let others show emotion. They let others reveal their need. And that tells you everything. I have seen rooms change because one person stayed silent. No threats, no anger, no long words, just calm. And suddenly, everyone else felt small. Because silence does something words cannot. It makes people hear themselves. Reaction ends the moment quickly. Silence stretches it. And when a moment stretches, mistakes appear. Not yours, theirs. That is why calm people are respected, not loved, not praised, respected, because they cannot be moved easily. They choose when to speak. They choose when to act. They do not give that choice away. I learned this late in life, too late to change some things, but early enough to see the pattern. Every time I reacted, I paid for it. Every time I stayed calm, the outcome bent toward me. Not always fast, not always clean, but always in the end. So remember this, not as advice, not as a rule, just as truth. Power stays calm. The quiet person decides the outcome. Reaction gives control away. Come closer. This is the part people forget. Life does not warn you before the moment comes. There is no signal, no pause, just a feeling rising inside you. That feeling will tell you to speak, to defend, to react. It will sound reasonable, it will sound fair, and that is how it wins. I have watched people ruin years with one sentence, said too soon. Not shouted, not cruel, just emotional. Once the words leave your mouth, they cannot be called back. The moment is gone, and the power goes with it. Silence feels like doing nothing, but it is not nothing. Silence is holding your ground without moving your feet. When you stay quiet, time slows down for you. Others rush, others explain, others expose themselves. You stay where you are, and slowly, the truth rises on its own. No force, no effort. I have learned that life respects weight, not speed, not noise. Weight. Reaction has no weight. It flies fast and disappears fast. Silence stays. It settles in the room, in the air, in people's mind. They remember it. They think about it later. They replay it in their heads. Not your words, your calm. That is real power. Not control over others. Control over yourself. When you control yourself, no one else can move you. And when no one can move you, you decide where things go. Not today, not right away, but in the end, that is how it always works. Power does not shout. Power does not chase. Power does not react. Power stays calm, and calm always wins. Now listen to me carefully. This is the last part, and it is the quietest one. There will come a time when you will look back and see a clear line. On one side of that line are moments you reacted. On the other side are moments you stayed calm. You will notice something painful. The moments you reacted felt strong in the moment, but weak in the result. The moments you stayed calm felt heavy at first, but powerful later. Reaction gives you a voice. Silence gives you a position, and position matters more than voice. I have seen people win arguments and lose respect. I have seen people stay quiet and gain authority. No one announced it. No one explained it. It just happened because people feel power before they understand it. They sense who cannot be moved. They test them less. They push them less. They speak differently around them, not because of fear, because of weight. A calm person carries weight. They do not chase reactions. They do not rush to clear the air. They do not beg to be understood. They let time do the work, and time always sides with the calm. Reaction burns fast, silence burns slow, and slow burns last longer. I learned this by losing, again and again. Every sharp word taught me the same lesson. Every quiet moment paid me back later. Life does not reward noise. It rewards control, and control is not loud. It sits still, so when the moment comes, and it will, remember this feeling, not excitement, not anger, stillness, because the moment you react, you step forward, and the moment you stay calm, you stay above. Power stays calm, the quiet person decides the outcome. Reaction gives control away. Sit with me a little longer. This is not a fast truth. This is the kind of truth you only understand after you have lost something you cannot get back. Life never tells you that your biggest losses will not come from enemies. They will come from moments, small moments, moments that ask one question: will you react or will you stay still? No one prepares you for this. You are taught to speak up, to defend yourself, to show strength, but no one tells you that most power is lost through the mouth. I have watched people walk into rooms with respect already waiting for them and walk out lighter, not because they were wrong, not because they were challenged, but because they reacted. One sentence, one tone, one change in their face. That is all it took. Power does not leave loudly. It leaves quietly, like air from a small hole. You do not notice it at first. You only notice later, when things stop working the same way. People stop listening. People stop waiting. People stop caring. And you wonder why. You replay the big moments. You miss the small one, the reaction. Let me tell you something painful. Most people do not lose control because they are weak. They lose it because they are emotional at the wrong time. Emotion is not bad, but emotion spoken too soon is expensive. It costs position, and position is everything. When you react, you step into the moment. When you stay calm, you stay above it. From above, you see clearly. From inside, you feel everything. Feeling clouds, judgment, calm clears it. I have lived long enough to see patterns repeat. Different people, different place. Same ending. The loud one feels strong early. The quiet one wins late. Always late, because silence works on time. Reaction works on impulse. Impulse fades. Time stays. You do not notice how people change around you when you stop reacting. At first, they test you more, they poke harder, they speak sharper, they want proof that they can still move you. If you react then, they learn they still can. If you stay calm, something strange happens. They slow down, they watch their words. They think before speaking, not because you scared them, but because you did not give them feedback. People need feedback to know where they stand. Silence denies them that, and without feedback, they feel unsure. Uncertainty creates distance. Distance creates respect. This is not kindness. This is reality. I have seen families break because someone always reacted. I have seen families heal because someone learned to stay quiet, not silent forever, just silent long enough for truth to rise, long enough for emotions to cool, long enough for the moment to show its real shape. Reaction freezes you. Inside the moment, silence lets the moment pass. And once it passes, you see what really mattered. Most things do not. I wish someone had told me this earlier, not shouted it, just whispered it. I learned it by paying for it, with friendships, with opportunities, with peace. Every time I reacted, I felt right. And every time I was wrong later. Every time I stayed calm, I felt uncomfortable. And every time I was thankful later. That is the trade. Comfort now or power later. Most people choose comfort. They speak, they react, they release the feeling, and the moment feels better until the result arrives. The calm person chooses wait. Wait does not feel good at first. It presses on you, but wait keeps you grounded. It keeps you steady. When others are shaking, life respects steady people. Not fast ones, not loud ones, steady ones. You will notice this. As you grow older, people with control are rarely dramatic. They are rarely rushed. They speak less. They move slower. And yet, everything bends toward them. Because control attracts gravity, reaction repels it. I am telling you this, not so you become silent forever, but so you choose your moments. Because when you finally speak, after long calm, your words carry weight. People stop, they listen, not because you are loud, but because you earned the space. That is the part no one teaches. Power is not taken, it is held, and held quietly. So when life tests you, and it will, when a word hits your chest, when a look stings, when silence from others feels heavy, remember this old truth. The moment you react, you step down. The moment you stay calm, you stay above. Power stays calm. The quiet person decides the outcome. Reaction gives control away, and silence keeps it. Stay with me. This is the longest part, because this is what stays with you for life. When everything is stripped away, when noise fades, when people leave, this is what remains. I want you to understand something slowly, not in your head, but in your bones. Life is not decided in big moments. It is decided in very small ones. Moments so small, no one claps for them. Moments where nothing happens outside, but everything happens inside. Most people think power is loud. They think it announces itself. It does not. Power is quiet because it does not need permission. Reaction always asks for permission. Every reaction is a request to be seen, a request to be understood, a request to be validated. And the world does not respect requests. It respects presence. Présence does not speak quickly. Presence waits. I have lived long enough to see people chase respect and never touch it. They talked more. They explained more. They reacted more. And with every word, they shrank, not in size, in weight. You can hear it when someone loses weight. Their words sound thin, fast, sharp, empty. Compare that to someone calm. They speak slowly, sometimes not at all. And when they do speak, the room adjusts. Not because they demand it, because they never begged for it. This is the part people misunderstand. Silence is not weakness. Silence is refusal. Refusal to trade control for comfort. refusal to bleed in public, refusal to let others steer your emotions. Most people live like open doors. Anyone can walk in, anyone can press a button, anyone can pull a reaction. That is why they are tired. That is why they feel drained. That is why life feels heavy for them. Because they are always responding, always answering, always reacting. A calm person closes the door. Not with anger, with stillness, and suddenly, not everyone has access anymore. That changes everything. People treat you differently when they cannot predict you, not when you are aggressive. When you are unreadable, reaction makes you readable. Silence erases the map. I have watched people lose their future trying to win a moment. They wanted to be right. They wanted to be heard. They wanted relief. And they paid with position. Position once lost is hard to earn back. You cannot explain your way back to it. You cannot argue your way back to it. You can only rebuild it through time and calm. That is a long road. Most never take it. They keep reacting instead. There is a lie the world tells. It says, if you do not react, you lose. That is false. The truth is harsher. If you react, you lose early. If you stay calm, you lose nothing important. You may lose a moment. You may lose a chance to speak. You may lose comfort, but you keep your ground, and ground is everything. A man without ground is moved by everything. A man with ground moves nothing, and yet nothing moves him. I learned this watching people age. The loud ones fade, the calm ones remain. People remember how you made them feel. Reaction makes them feel powerful. Silence makes them feel unsure, and people never forget uncertainty. It stays with them. They think about it later. They replay it. They wonder what you were thinking. That wondering gives you space. Space gives you leverage. Leverage gives you choice, and choice is power. Most people live without choice. They react automatically, like machines. Life pulls a lever. They move. The calm person breaks that chain. Life pulls, nothing happens. That pause is everything. In that pause, you regain yourself. You remember who you are. You decide, not the moment, not the emotion. You. This is why silence feels hard at first, because you are standing still while the world pushes. That takes strength, not loud strength, quiet strength, the kind no one notices until it is too late to challenge it. I am not telling you to never speak. I am telling you to speak last. The last voice is the one remembered. The last move is the one that counts. The last word is the one that ends things. Reaction speaks first. Power speaks last. And sometimes, power does not speak at all. It lets the moment die on its own. And when the moment dies, so does its hold on you. That is freedom. Not freedom to say anything. Freedom to not have to. When you reach that place, life becomes quieter. Not easier, but clearer. You stop chasing closure. You stop explaining yourself. You stop reacting to shadows, and people feel it. They may not say it, but they adjust. They slow down around you. They choose words carefully. They think twice, because you are no longer easy to move. That is the edge, the quiet edge. Not sharp, not loud, but final. So remember this. When the moment comes, and it will come, a look, a word, a silence from someone else, your body will urge you to react. That urge is the test, not of courage, of control. Pass it once, and life changes slowly. Pass it many times, and life changes completely. Power stays calm. The quiet person decides the outcome. Reaction gives control away. And silence keeps what matters.